Hello, hello, hello. This is Dr. Bad Vibes. Thanks for joining me. I have got some amazing news. You may have remembered a video. Hopefully you saw it. I'll put a reference to it in this video. If not, one of my early videos, one of the first videos on this channel, was the thing that sounded like a joke, but it was real. The Pillow Fighting Championship. It was like UFC with pillows. They have their own merch and like regulation pillows, and it's a thing. And I was down for it. So go back and watch that if you want to see that. But there's something even better. So there's let's look at the bizarre world of Jitsu, the fringe combat sport grabbing attention for its brutal seatbelt chokes and unflinching submissions that has fans shocked but unable to look away. So this sport was founded by Russian martial artist Vic Mikheev during the 2020 pandemic, much like the Pillow Fighting Championship. People were locked up, they just wanted to kick each other's asses, let us out. And then they got out, and that's kind of what they did. But some people made it a little more organized, it seems. Jitsu has risen in popularity and now has a championship series in the USA. Competitors compete in three-minute rounds to get a submission. So the idea is simple. Combine Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu with the confined space of a Toyota Prius, and you have a bizarrely addictive spectator sport. That really does appeal to me, actually. I did Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu in college. I never thought to do it in a car, so I am intrigued. Never again will you associate a seatbelt with safety. The steering wheel is not your friend. It may be advantageous to throw the seat back and create more space, but be mindful of getting a finger caught in the commotion. From the mind of Russian martial artist Vic Mikheev, the aptly named Jitsu evokes the tension and dread felt when watching iconic action movie scenes. The hallway fight in Oldboy, for example, or the lift scene in Captain America Winter Soldier. But reality hits different. Unlike the competitors, they grapple and choke different, with a ferocity that makes it hard to watch and even tougher to look away. Hey, I'm sold. This has got me pumped already. Mikheev reportedly hit on the winning formula during the COVID pandemic and quickly saw its popularity rise in Russia to the point where it spawned its own championship. So, Jitsu sees two opponents battle to submit their opponent in confines of a road car. So, yeah, like it was saying, it's up to three-minute rounds to determine the victor. Competitors are allowed to use anything in the car to gain an advantage over their opponent and win the bout. They have a video. So that demand shows no sign of abating, with the sport now replicated in the United States under the Jiu-Jitsu Championship banner. Like regular Jiu-Jitsu, points are earned for positional dominance, and submissions are the preferred method of victory. Competitors begin in the front seat of the vehicle, seatbelts on, hands on knees, waiting for the signal to commence. Seriously, I'm like pumped to see this now. I gotta find, there better be a video. So when it does, a flurry of activity ensues as each person attempts to free themselves, often while simultaneously trying to maintain the restriction on their opponent. Competitors battle it out in 3-minute rounds of swap driver and passenger seats in between. Anything in the car can be used to gain an advantage, usually the seatbelt. Often control of the safety harness is the control of your destiny, Mikheev told The Sun. So this was in 2020. This is a complicated sentence. So often control of the safety harness is control of your destiny. Since October of 2020, I and my friends run small tournaments of Jitsu to study the aspects of Jiu-Jitsu application in such a confined space. Indeed, it's easy to see how improvement can be found when you're no longer able to create separation from your opponent. Or instead of attempting to escape from a rear naked choke, the task is to claw a fastening seatbelt away from your neck. Admittedly, it is slightly odd to attribute utility to this bonkers activity. Plainly, it is mad. Yeah, but I'm down. And that's the appeal. The Jitsu Championship social media channels are flooded with fans open-mouthed at the spectacle. I don't know how I got here, but I'm grateful, commented one user on Instagram to a post of the championship bout between competitors Q Davidson and the self-described seatbelt assassin, Leroy Davis. Davis ended the clash within a minute by mounting his opponent and choking him with, you guessed it, his seatbelt. This, my friends, looks like a crime in progress, remarked the commentator, who struck an uneasy tone. After unbelievably breaking free from the restraint, Davidson was helpless to stop Davis's second attempt and wisely tapped out to end the contest. Hey, this is amazing. I can't even make fun of this. I'm down. I don't know how I got here, but I'm grateful. This is the stupidest crap I've ever seen in my life. 2. How do I participate in this? What is going on with the world? What's next? Bathroom UFC? Oh, here we go. We got a video. Hang on. So here's an actual match. Oh, nice hairdo. I like they have these like totally chill commentators. That's quite the hairdo on the back of that guy's head. This is what you do when you got the kids on a road trip. It's like, don't make me come back there. Wow, that's amazing. They switched positions. See how it went when they switched. Round 2. Yeah. Are we there yet? Yeah, I'll show you where we're at. Keep asking for McDonald's. I like the cracked windshield. He was about to ask for directions. He's like, never. Wow. All right. Well, while I'm on here, if you ever want to look at my TikTok, it's all the same stuff I have on YouTube, basically, but it exists. I sometimes upload to it. That is amazing. All right. So I feel like we've learned a lot on this one. And what I see right now, the founder, McKeeve, has a YouTube channel dedicated to the sport. All right, we got to open that. I'll pull that up in a sec. Which has accrued millions of views on the platform, understandably. The components of his display are slightly altered, more crude. And the standardized Prius of the American showcases are replaced with a variety of vehicles which provide their own unique slant to battles. But in truth, it's the sheen of the stateside production that could see the sport gain credibility. It's funny. So last year, Kevin Hart and Kenan Thompson featured Jitsu in their comedy roundup of 2023. What are we watching? Said a shocked Hart. Thompson replied, I thought he was going to kill him. That's funny. This totally went under my radar. I saw the Pillow Fighting Championship. I did not see this. So shock and intrigue has proved to be a winning formula for French sports in recent years. So UFC boss Dana White put his money and influence behind the controversial Power Slap League in 2022. Yeah, that's the thing. I believe they still run pay-per-views, and they're going to get bigger. And now that, so you got UFC, WWE, and Power Slap under the same corporate umbrella now. And they were just talking the other day how Power Slap is going to have pay-per-views on Friday nights. So we're going to have a whole weekend full of fights, I believe, from them. It's going to be Power Slap on Friday, UFC on Saturday, and WWE on Sunday. So we get our recommended weekend dose of violence. So yeah, I've seen a lot of the slap fighting things. It says that too began its life in Eastern Europe, gaining popularity in 2020. Shock! Everything happened in 2020 with these. With a series of viral videos starring a 370-pound Russian sensation known as Dumpling. You've seen in one video knocking a massive opponent unconscious to win 30,000 rubles, which was about 380 pounds at the time. Other viral videos show Dumpling training by squashing watermelons and flipping tractor tires. That's amazing. This is like the longest write-up. I mean, I'm here for it. This is amazing. So yeah, so the UFC champion John Jones was one of the fans to comment on social media, and based on the emojis, he's approving it. I agree. Time will tell whether this bizarre sport will stay a gimmick or continue to grow in popularity. Hey, I'm down. It's like that scene in the second Matrix movie when Lawrence Fishburne's fighting the albino with dreadlocks in the front of the Cadillac, and he's using a seatbelt to like he whips it and catches his hand, and he's like he kind of ties his hand up, and he's like punching him in the face while he's driving. It's pretty hilarious and cool at the same time. The second Matrix movie is awesome until that highway chase scene ends, and then you can turn it off. But yeah, there's some car karate in that one. The spiritual sibling to Jitsu is another sport making waves in Russia. The similarly named phone booth boxing. Two fighters step into the time capsule and duke it out until one person surrenders or is knocked out. They seem to have a thing for fighting in confined spaces over there. Keep doing it, because I'm interested in that now, phone booth boxing. What will become of any of these endeavors is anyone's guess, but in 2024, there's clearly an appetite for the brash, outlandish, and surreal content sports like Jitsu produce. I feel like we could be on the forefront of a trend here. So we've got, we've seen Pillow Fighting Championship, we've seen Jitsu, there's phone booth boxing. Let's put two guys in a barrel that's about to go over a waterfall, and they have to wrestle inside of it. First one out wins. What else we got? How about what's something common that's a confined space? Or should be? I'd watch Bathroom UFC. Yeah, forget about Bathroom UFC. That's pretty funny. Just like they could have two different two variations of Bathroom UFC. They could have like the stall version where they just fight inside the stall. Then they have one where they have the whole bathroom, and it's like Jim Carrey and Liar Liar fighting himself. Zwar. Confessional Jitsu. I like that one. It's like, confess. Somebody's got like the collar on. He's trying to make the other one rather than tap out or submit, you make them confess or knock them out. Like you reach the little hole and pull him through. You get the rosary around his neck. Forgive me, no. Man, I'm super into this now. When I'm offline, I've got some Googling to do. And I was hyped over the Pillow Fighting Championship. This is a new level. Last thing here, there used to be a show here in Canada called Four on the Floor. They did an entire episode called the Combination Sport Olympics. One sport was water hockey, another was cross-country boxing. That's amazing. Oh yeah, the YouTube channel. I need to pull that up. I about forgot. Yeah, Power Slap, all those slap fighting, those are fairly prolific. Oh, here we go. Here's a photo of phone booth boxing. This is funny, but also like insanely dangerous at the same time. That seatbelt, man. I don't know about that. Let's take a look at the actual YouTube channel real quick. I'm not gonna. Oh, they have a woman league too. That's amazing. I'm afraid to play it and get hit with anything, but yeah, here's the channel. It's just it's the same of his name. I'll put this in the description, but Vic McKeeve. Yeah, it looks like they've got a women's division along with a men's division, so that's amazing. I'm gonna put this on my actual YouTube because I'm subscribing to this channel immediately. That is amazing. Be checking that out later. Imagine if the airbags are deployed. Man, that would make it even better. Almost like Mario Kart of MMA. You kick the dash and the airbag blows out and knocks your opponent out.